Um, it's been good.
You enjoying the time away from campus?
Sorry?
Are you enjoying the time away from campus, or are you going a little crazy?
I'm going a little crazy because I can't really do anything. So I work out in the mornings in my basement and then do homework and then nothing. Then I work out at night because I'm bored.
Yeah, I hear you. I just finished up a workout and then trying to fix this. So sorry if I look sweaty.
It's okay. My hair all over the place. That's usually how it is.
All right. Are you a sophomore? Is that correct?
Yes, I am.
Okay. All right, so let me just go over a few expectations and then we'll hit full on actor mode and I'll let you take the helm.
Okay.
I sent you a little email. I don't know. Is this your first one?
Yep.
Okay. So I get it. One, there's a lot of understanding for you being a sophomore in the program. So the expectations of what you're supposed to know, especially for the fact that it's not like you guys learn a whole lot about telemedicine in the classroom anyways. So that'll be considered. It's not like you're getting a letter grade from me to Tanya anyways. So don't be worried about it. Keep it loose. Yeah. So hopefully you prepared some good questions. It is gonna be tough, because of how we're sitting here, right? You
Yeah.
can't physically put your hands on me, and not to mention I'm faking injury anyway, so all is good. So I guess, yeah, let's just dive right in. I'll let you take over. You just called me, and this is your evaluation. Go ahead.
um. Okay. uh. So how should I start? Like, should I just? I don't know. I don't.
Well, so do you happen to have the email or remember a little bit of the blurb I sent you? Just the small little case.
Yeah. Should I still ask you, or like, should I just?
You should always ask me about the history of the injury and how it happened and everything. But
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
would just reiterate it, letting the parents know, like, oh, okay, so you were running down the sidewalk and you said this happened. Could you explain that to me?
Okay. All right. Okay. So I guess I'll just start with the mechanism of the injury. So how did the injury happen? You said that you were running and then you you weren't paying attention to the ground. And so then can you tell me more
Yeah.
about how that happened?
Yeah. So I was trying to work out the best I can while social distancing, and there was an uneven slab of concrete on the sidewalk, and I wasn't paying attention. I was just in my zone, headphones in, and when I hit that, my leg I kind of missed at first, and like halfway tripped, and like caught myself, kind of jerked up. Never hit the ground, but like really stumbled through. And I didn't have a whole lot of my run left, so I finished out maybe 4 or 5 more minutes. Got back home, and just the front side of my hip here was really bothering me, and it's been bothering me since. It's been a few days.
Okay, so when you did the initial injury, like when you heard it at first, did you feel pain as soon as it happened, or was the pain gradual? Like,
There was definitely some initially, but I just kind of feel like my adrenaline and embarrassment kind of just kept me pushing. But as soon as I was done, it really started to worsen on me a little bit. Yeah.
Okay. Did
Woke up the next day, it was really sore as well.
Okay. Did you, sorry, did you hear any pops or anything? What kind of pain was it? Like, was it a sharp pain?
Yeah.
Achy?
Like the initial feeling was, yeah, it was a bit sharp. No, I didn't feel any pops or hear any pops or anything like that. And since the initial injury, I haven't ran again, so it's been kind of achy sense, but like when
Okay.
I get up in the morning, like it can be kind of sharp, and if I kind of like step weird, it's pretty sharp.
All right. Have you had any injuries like before this that's sort of like this? Like, have you had any
In the same
previous?
scenario you're asking?
Yeah, in the same area.
Um, no, not really. Nothing in my hip like this. I've had a bunch of ankle sprains, stuff like that, but nothing in my hip.
Okay. Um. Oh wait. For this scenario, how old are you?
We'll say I'm 21.
Okay. And your gender is obviously male? Or,
Yes.
okay. Perfect.
Yeah.
And so,
Hold on 1 second. Something's beeping at me.
okay.
My Bluetooth speaker starts yelling at me if I don't turn it off. Sorry.
All right. So, is there like any swelling where the injury's at? Or
Not that I can tell. No.
is there any bruising?
No.
Okay. No swelling or bruising. Okay. Could I see where the injury or where it hurts the most or where the injury is?
Yeah. So if this is my waistline right here. It's just kind of right down the front, just below where my belt would be. Right
Okay.
through here. Yeah.
Is it when you touch it, when you do is it like painful to the touch?
Yeah, I'd say it's painful to the touch, especially if I really dig in at it. It hurts. It feels
So,
really tight.
okay. Have you done anything to help with the pain?
Uh, I take some Tylenol every now and again, but I try not to take too much meds. So no, I haven't done a whole lot. I tried like trying to figure out a stretch there, and it just hurts.
Okay.
So I haven't done anything that helps.
Uh, so you said that there's a lot of pain. Do you feel like your leg or your hip is weakened by chance?
Yeah, I'd say yeah, weaker, tight. It just hurts in that
Okay.
area.
All right. So now I'm going to try and take you through range of motion as best as I can. You said for your you said that there was no swelling or bruising. So then we'll
Correct.
try and take you through range of motion. So could you stand up for me really quick? And I'll show you.
Yes.
I'll stand up too. All right, let's see. Okay, so could you don't look at my room, it's messy. But could you bring your knee up?
The side that's hurt. You want me to bring it
Yes,
up?
your injured side. Could you bring it up?
Yeah.
Does it hurt a lot when you do that?
I definitely feel that one. Yeah.
Okay.
It just it's kind of like a knot. It feels like someone's just squeezing it.
Okay. Could you bring your leg out as far as you can? Your injured leg out?
Uh, out to the side. Yeah, that's
Yep.
all right. I can do that.
And could you try and bring your leg in as far as you can?
I kind of feel it, but not. It's not like super painful. That's pretty dull.
Okay. And then so could you bring your injured leg back?
Pretty
Standing
bad.
on one.
I mean, that gets to be a really good stretch. And like it hurts a little bit when I do that too.
Okay. So there's pain with your flexion with this motion, a little pain there, and nothing here? Or nothing when you bring your leg in?
When I go out, no pain. When I come in, I wouldn't even almost call it a pain. I don't know if it's just me picking up my leg. I just kind of feel it there. Coming across itself isn't that bad. It might just be that I'm kicking outward a little bit to come across. That's what hurts.
Okay. So I'm gonna have you sit down again, and we'll try and do this as best as we can. So I'm going to have you seated on your injured leg. Place your hands on your knees or on your knee, and then try and bring your knee up.
So like I'm pushing down on my knee while I'm bringing my knee up?
Yep.
Yeah.
Is there a lot of pain with that?
That probably is the worst one yet.
Okay. Okay. Sorry, could you stand up again?
Yeah.
Does it hurt when you stand on one leg?
On this side?
Yeah.
I don't know if I kind of like rock it, I'm okay. If I can stay stationary, if I keep my balance, it's not too bad.
Okay. And is there a deep pain? Like, can you feel it deep in there, or is it more like superficial or on top?
I feel like I can touch it. Like I don't feel like it's like in my joint, if you know what I'm saying. I feel like it's something that I can touch.
Okay. This injury occurred 2 to 3 days ago, correct? Or
yeah, we'll say it was 3 days ago.
okay. So let's see, what else could I have you do? Did it feel like a tear? Did you feel a tear or anything when you were running?
I've never really like torn a muscle, so I don't really know how to compare that.
Okay.
So I don't know.
So could you describe to me how it felt when you like did the initial, like what it felt like?
It just I was having to catch myself, like I said.
Yeah.
As I was kind of like going down, I just felt that pain in the front side. And then I mean, I came out of it, obviously, somewhat explosive because I was running, and I guess it kind of felt like it hurt, maybe a little bit of a pull, but
Okay.
like I said, it was sharp initially. It's sharp when I do specific movements, but like just walking around, it's kind of like achy.
All right. So what I'm thinking is you have a hip flexor strain, or grind strain, as some people would call it. And for your hip flexor strain, we're gonna have you police. So we're gonna protect it with a groin and hip flexor brace, and then we'll have optimal loading. So then we'll get you into moving it soon, and then we'll ice it to remove the swelling. Well, there's not really much swelling, but as you said. So then we'll ice for temporary relief of pain, and then we'll compress it, and then we'll elevate it more. Then we'll have you, if you're comfortable with it, to take NSAIDs or non-inflammatory drugs, non-steroid inflammatory drugs. and then we'll do some gradual stretching, and you'll be able to return to doing your activities once the pain has gone away, and once you're pain free and you're back to your normal range of motion.
So as soon as you think I'm pain free, I can just get right back and do it all.
Sorry?
You said, after I do all these things you just said, you want me, after I'm feeling good, I can just kind of get back into my normal workouts?
Well, we'll take you through some rehab first. Once you get back to your normal range of motion, so like once you're able to fully flex your knee, or yeah, fully flex your hip, and without any pain, and then we'll take you through strengthening exercises to help you get to where you need to be to get back into your normal routine, but we'll gradually get you back in there.
Okay. Awesome. Cool. Before we break character here, anything else you want to add? It's not a trick question. If you say no, I'm good with what I got, you're good
Okay.
with what you got.
No, then no.
Yeah, hey, I'm not trying to trick you. I promise you. So before we get into our debrief, I'm just gonna. Do you have a differential diagnosis? This isn't something that you necessarily have to share with the patient. I'm just curious. Going through this, did you have any other differential diagnoses? Yeah.
Well, I was thinking a possible stress fracture, but when I was reading earlier, it said that it's almost impossible, not impossible, but almost impossible for a patient to stand on one leg without there being immense pain.
Mm-hmm.
And there wasn't like point tenderness necessarily, so I don't feel like there was a stress fracture. I was thinking, what's it called? Well, sprain. There was no sprain of the hip joint because you could do range of motion all throughout, and there wasn't like a lot of pain. There's just pain with hip flexion, not with any of the others. There's another one. Oh, I don't know how to say the other one.
You're doing great. Don't feel like I'm not looking for anything specific. I'm just trying to pick your brain a little bit.
It's for distance runners. It's like, oh my god. It's when they like run too much, and it's their feet pounding on the ground, that it causes like the hip to. It's like an inflammatory condition, but I can't remember what it's called.
It could just general hip impingement, maybe, or
Oh yeah.
Okay.
There's osteocytis pubis, I think it is.
Okay.
I think that's what it's called. I can't remember. I don't know.
All good. All right. Yeah. So I'll just run through some things. I was presenting a hip flexor strain.
Okay.
Yeah. Good job. You got it. It wasn't supposed to be something that was out there really difficult. It wasn't supposed to be anything that tricked you. You followed your clues. You did what you could as far as a range of motion, manual muscle test. Having me even do some manual resistance to myself. That's creative, and that's what you have to do in these situations when you don't have the luxury of putting your hands on the athlete. You have to kind of trust my reporting and do your best to put things in layman's terms, because not everybody that you're talking to is an athletic trainer. Not everybody's going to be a doctor or a PT or an OT. They may not have the anatomy, and you did a good job at one point. You said, is the pain deep or is it superficial, or is it like on top? And like you kind of alluded to what superficial meant, whereas that's not just a medical term, but you'd be surprised how many people look at you and be like, superficial, so those are all really good, points when you're having a telemedicine evaluation like this or a conference. So you did a good job asking history questions specific to the area of injury. You asked what I've been doing, which is a really, really important question, because I could have told you, a million different things or nothing at all about what I was doing, and what I currently been doing may be helping or hurting, and that could help you point to what's going on. So that was really good. Having me, like I said, having me do some range of motion stuff, some manual muscle tests, phenomenal. It's always a good question to ask what kind of pain, and try and get somebody to describe a pain without giving them answers. And I thought you did a good job of that too. You laid out a pretty good plan, future plan, and although we didn't get to the point where I actually was like, okay, we're going to meet again, you kind of alluded to, hey, we're going to keep in touch, and we'll work you through strengthening programs as pain goes down, and you do these things. NSAIDs, non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs.
Yeah.
All good. It's a mouthful. Okay. Yeah, that's totally fine. Stress fracture, okay, as a differential diagnosis, rarely a one-time instance, especially in a femur. Okay.
Okay.
That's what it would be. Now, with that being said, I work with Taylor's men and women's soccer teams, and I had a female soccer player who had a femoral stress fracture. Big oddity, and what we believe is that the stress came from a really big fall where she loaded that leg, went over the top of herself, and then continued to play and run a lot. She's kind of a fitness freak, so she's not one that rests well. That's the other reason that it's really good to ask what I've been doing. If I would have done this a month ago and I just kept running and it's gotten worse and worse and worse,
Okay.
that stress fracture differential diagnosis, or even a diagnosis, would be a lot more prevalent or reasonable. You're absolutely right. Even with this case with this young lady, when she shifted that weight over to that side, I mean, that's when it really lit her up. So you're absolutely right. Let's see. You set forth a plan, and I even tried to be a little bit of a butthead and ask, so once I'm pain free, I can just get into everything, because you'll have athletes do that. So you do need to choose your words wisely when you say, hey, as things start to get better, it's not just cut you loose back to 100% go. We need to still build up and make it a gradual build. And you clarified that wonderfully. Yeah, I would really encourage you to still write down, make a soap note. You're not gonna have to turn it in. You're not gonna get graded on it, but those are really good habits to get into. And as you get things out, because in the clinic, you typically don't have your notebook out writing as you're talking to the patient, right? You're doing the evaluation, and then it may not be until an hour, 2 hours later, you're back in your office and you actually have a chance to write that soap note out, or enter it into ATS or whatever system you're using. So it's just a good habit, a good way to refresh yourself on the steps you're taking, going through an injury evaluation. Even a telemedicine one where you don't get to do all the things yourself. And this would drive me crazy. I love being on this side of it. Okay, where you're at, it would drive me nuts. I'd be like, wait, come here, like do this. I get it, and we never had to. I went to Ball State. We never did anything like this. It's a unique situation you guys are getting. So make the most of it. Like you said, this is only your first one, so you got 4 more. Make the most of them.
Okay.
Came in really well prepared. You did some research on stuff. Yeah, really phenomenal job. So yeah, like, you're not getting a letter grade for it, but you passed.
Thank you.
Yeah. Do you have any questions or comments or anything else?
No, I don't think so.
All right, great. Well, you have a great hiatus from campus. I hope you can stay occupied, have fun working out in the house, and good luck on your next 4 evals.
Thank you.
All right, have a good one.
You too.